Here's Nick Sirianni. You're going to hear from all of them in the show. We got Dan, we got Phil, we got Hawk here today. We're going to hear from all of y'all. Everyone's looking spry today, but Adam Schefter is with us all show long. We already have some bad news for the Jets. Fill us in on the breaking news, Adam.
Laura, there was no quarterback drama that went down to the end of the week. Aaron Glenn, the Jets head coach, made it official today. Justin Fields is out Sunday versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers due to the concussion that he suffered last week against Buffalo. Was in concussion protocol. He will not make it out of protocol in time for Sunday's game. In his place, Tyrod Taylor will start. Tyrod Taylor is obviously somebody who's very well respected around the league. He's struggled to stay healthy, but when he's healthy, he's been productive, and the Jets feel comfortable with Taylor going into Tampa on Sunday.
Yeah, this is disappointing news for Justin Fields, who had that unbelievable start to the season. Week 1 against the Steelers, he was absolutely sensational. And then start of week 2 against Buffalo, there was a little bit of struggle. There was a couple missed throws, sailing things that led to a turnover, and then all of a sudden the injury happens. So hopefully this is a short period of time that Justin has to miss, and he can get back on the field to see if he can kind of pick up where week 1 ended rather than where week 2 started.
We've got more quarterback news, Adam, to get to. What's going on with Brock Purdy?
He's going to be limited at practice today, Laura. The 49ers are not giving up hope the idea that he could somehow be back, even though he's battling a left toe injury or toe injury and a left shoulder injury. So they'll see he's limited at practice. They said it's also possible he could be available as an emergency backup, but they said there's a chance he'll be able to play on Sunday against Arizona. If he can't, of course, it then would be Mac Jones. As for Jayden Daniels in Washington, he did not practice today. He's not expected to practice tomorrow, and that Daniels will be able to make it back, and that Marcus Mariota will not be filling in his place. My understanding is Daniels is pushing to play. Others are being more cautious around him. We'll see how the process plays out, but if he can't go, Marcus Mariota will start Sunday versus the Raiders.
And Adam, as you know, Jayden Daniels has not missed a game in his career, so that this would be a first for him if it happens. Here's more of what Dan Quinn said about the plan for Jayden Daniels today.
We also, recognize the importance of the person, the player, what he means to the franchise. So we're also going to be smart, not just fast in this assessment. But this is a player that's absolutely wanting to do everything all the time. So it was a good start to the week for us.
Do you need to see him back on the field with the rest of the team before you feel okay?
Yeah, I would. It's important, timing, reps, the movements. But it was a good first step to it, Nikki. But we'd have to get some reps for sure.
All right, so as you might expect, Jayden Daniels campaigning to play. He's like, put me in, coach. But Dan, how should the Commanders approach this injury for Jayden?
I'd be ultra cautious. And I want to see if this changes anything for them. I think we're in a little bit of a unique world with, I'm not overreacting with the quarterbacks right now.
Okay.
Mina talked about the other day that he's the most contacted quarterback in football last year. He is this year. Yep. It's part of his game. We're coming off of the news of Joe Burrow and the added up hits with him. Yep. It's just like, can the Commanders just take a step back, and kind of all of us take a step back with the quarterback position and be like, while the athleticism is going to expose you to more, can we still have that while also some of the old school philosophy of like, I don't want my quarterback to get touched ever, And so where is the middle ground for Washington? Where's the middle ground for all of us in all these teams when it comes to these quarterbacks that are athletic weapons, but you don't want them to ever get touched?
Yeah, it's interesting because you got to win games too, and sometimes the only way to win the game is to have the quarterback be a hero.
And I don't know what the answer is.
Yeah.
It's can you live in both worlds?
The answer is in May and April as coaches. They all said the same thing. We're going to run our quarterback a whole lot less this year. And then we get to September and games are on the line.
It's third and one in the fourth quarter.
Got to have a situation. All right, Josh Allen running power once again. It happens.
Let's say that Daniels cannot go this week. Marcus Mariota is the backup, as you heard Adam referencing. How does this change things for the scheme for the Commanders?
Yeah, so Marcus obviously a very athletic quarterback, but not nearly the same tier as Jayden. So there's going to be a little bit of a simplification of the running game from that regard. Marcus also a much more experienced player than Jayden, but I just think the overall offense probably, the playbook shrinks a little bit.
Yeah.
The part about the brilliance of Jayden Daniels, and I want to give a ton of credit to Cliff Kingsbury and the entire staff for what they have done with Jayden, is The stuff that keeps defensive coordinators up at night is the unscripted stuff.
Right.
We play perfect alignment, perfect scheme. We dial it up at the exact right time.
3rd and 7, we cover everybody.
And then, bam, he scrambles for 8 yards or he throws the dart to somebody in a tight window. So that's the stuff that even if you can't account for it as defensive coordinator, makes you most nervous. And that's what Marcus Mariota does not bring to the table, at least not at the same level as Jayden Daniels.
This is perfect because everything you guys are saying is going to play into what I'm saying. Before I do have a tape, before I get to that, what you said about quarterbacks. Because, yes, Jayden Daniels is athletic, but him and Joe Burrow, the reason why they're so special is because they will stand in the face of danger and wait till the last possible second for that route to come open and deliver that football. And you're going to take more hits. So that also takes into account. But what the issue is with the Commanders, regardless of who's at quarterback, when you watch the tape against the Green Bay Packers, those receivers did not threaten the DBs at all. And we're going to see on the tape here, Nixon had 5 pass breakups. And here's why. First, you're going to see Carrington Valentine. He's breaking before that receiver is. This is a fear-based league. You have to think about the consequences of your action. If your DBs have the ability to sit on your routes the way that these DBs did, it's going to be hard to get anything open. Yeah, the pass rush matters, but look at Nixon here. They're running the routes for these wide receivers. So what happens? They say, okay, we're going to get them with double moves. And the worst thing happens. They run double moves, it still doesn't work. Because they do not respect their ability to get deep. Like I said, this is the NFL. There needs to be consequences. If I hold onto the ball as a quarterback, I get hit. If I run routes over the middle of the field with my head back to the QB, I get hit. If I blitz 2 people, there's vulnerability on the back end. For these wide receivers and this Commanders offense, they need to figure out how to manufacture shots down the field with success. Otherwise, all their options are going to continue to shrink, whether it's Mariota or Jayden Daniels.
So that's a great point. A couple things that come to mind off of it. One, a lot of shotgun. So, and when you're in shotgun, you know this, DBs, the good ones, they're playing with vision. So, like, I can see the quarterback, I can see the receiver. So the quarterback will kind of give me some tells of when he's getting to throw, drop his weight, cock his body, coil, and get ready to throw. So I think that's part of it. I think the second thing is Micah. You know, they know that we got Micah, Bijan, Gary, we're sitting then. And this is something that I've said for 2 years now. If we think offensively that we're just going to line up guys outside and they're going to whoop you one-on-one down the field, you all believe you have Julio Jones. There's 2 ways to throw the ball downfield explosively consistently. You got a dude, you got a guy, there's like 3 of them on the planet, or you play action on them, you create the chunks. And that's not really what Washington
He's
does.
definitely not Julio Jones, but I wonder if they kind of missed Diami Brown a little bit in this offense. He changed the dimensions for them.
Done some
in the
nice things
passing
in
game.
Jacksonville.
He's got a $10 million contract in Jacksonville for a reason this offseason.
Yeah, you guys, if Marcus Mariota were to start, it would be his first start since week 13 of the 2022 season with Atlanta. So it's been a while. All right, let's get Adam Schefter back in here. Some more top stories, Adam. Let's start with some big injuries in tomorrow's Bills-Dolphins game. Go ahead.
Laura, the Bills will be without 2 key defenders. Both Matt Milano, due to a pectoral injury, and Ed Oliver have been ruled out. Storm Duck, a starting cornerback for the Dolphins, also ruled out. And Jalen Waddle is listed as questionable due to a shoulder injury. We'll see if he can go tomorrow night in a big game for both sides. As for Khalil Mack, the Chargers placed him on injured reserve today with an elbow injury that he suffered Monday night against the Raiders. That means that Mack will be out a minimum of 4 games. The team does expect him to be after he misses some time here.